Details, details, details. Details matter. We are wrapping up a lot of things here on the underneath on our Stitches Challenger. Anything that's orange still needs to be addressed. I already did all of this area here. I did some work down there. I didn't want to bore you guys with all of that. But today we're going to be finishing up these little details that matter, because we're basically going from here all the way back and then the wheel wells and completing the trunk floor to get this car completed and off the rotisserie as soon as possible. It's coming that quick. That's just exciting. All right, I'm Mike, and you're watching My Car Shop. So the next thing I want to do is get these subframe connectors completely tied in to the cross member here so that we have good stiff chassis on this car, because it was rusted from the firewall all the way to the rear bumper. Most of it was missing. We've only used a little piece of the original tunnel and a little piece of the rear hump. Other than that, it's all hand fabricated. So yeah, so let me we're going to get things cleaned up a little bit so that we can get in there with our MIG welder. Then we may do a TIG pass after that. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't on structural things like this. But I find that using a little MIG, getting it in there, getting some decent penetration, and then going in there with just a real high level of heat on the TIG helps melt things together a little better. We may not. We'll see what it ends up like, but that's why both welders are sitting right here. Welcome back to another day here in the shop. Let's go in and get working on the Stitches Challenger. I came out here earlier and got the heat going. Should be nice and warm in here now. Get everything fired up. Woohoo! Oh yes, got to turn the compressor on. Okay, I think that's all we need. We don't probably need the TIG today, so we'll leave that one off. Okay, heat's running good. Yep, feels good. That's the outdoor wood burner. And here we go, over to Stitches. Got to do a little shop organizing again. So what are we up to today here in the shop? Remember, anything that's orange needs to be addressed. I've got to put that seatbelt mount plate on there. And I also want to get this rear seatbelt mount plate welded in the car. That's just sitting there. So we're going to start with that. We may look at putting in the rear cross member, but I don't know if I'm going to have time for that today. But everything else, I think, is in pretty good shape. So yeah, I think we're good. Let's get these few little things done, and we'll go for. Oh, there's a couple little things I want to address in the back seat also. That's right. You're here in my car shop, and I'm your host, Mike. And let's get after it. Just to recap, there's the list of the things we need to do to get this car off the rotisserie. We have finished welding in all the floor stuff. We've got to finish the trunk floor yet. We're either doing lizard skin or Rust-Oleum. I'm not sure yet. Bed liner on the inside of the car. I'm probably going to make a road trip today to get that. That's all the suspension stuff. But there's a couple little details on that floor and then that seatbelt mount that I forgot. So I crossed this off, but actually we weren't ready for that yet. So let's see. Our belt mount plate goes this way. We got a few little boogers to get off of there. I'll get the holes drilled and we'll get Becky out to help put this in. Be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so that's got to go there, and then I think we'll go inside the car once we roll this down, and we will drill some holes through for this to get this welded to the car also. So yeah, we got a little bit of work to do here. Little detail stuff, those little bites that matter. Got her cleaned up and hanging here in front of the heat. Let that dry a little bit, and we'll go over and do a couple other things. Had a little detail work there that I wanted to get done, a couple little spots that I wanted to run seam sealer over and stuff, so I got that done. And now I'm going to go over here and get those holes drilled so we can weld in that seatbelt mount plate. Oh yeah, we also got to get another back seat mount in over there. One of these here is missing over there. I don't know that we don't have a Challenger back seat, but we're still going to put those in there. I'm still pondering what I'm going to do for the back seats in this car, but we'll figure that out in time. So there we go. Just got to spray it with the primer now, because then it's done, and looks like I need a new can of primer again. Okay, good enough. So the next thing now is I want to come here and get this welded to the floor. There's a few spots there to weld, and then that'll be done, and then I think that covers all the stuff that I missed. Just the little details that matter. Oh yeah, I got some rust proof I want to look at. I'm trying to remember what I used it on. I'm ready to cry uncle. This is the third time I've shot this. I just shot 15 minutes worth of video and didn't get one bit of sound because my mic screwed up. So do it again. So I got that welded in. I shot a little bit of Rust-Oleum bed liner that I had just to see if I like it or not. Yeah, it was bed liner. It's all right. May decide to go roll-on bed liner. I'm not sure, but I can take those seat belt mount bolts out now. There and there, and yeah. So we got that. There's where one goes. There's one that goes over there. One goes there, and one goes over here on the back seat. So that's good. I have spent a lot of time looking for that seat mount that goes right there. I don't know where it is. I've searched in the scrap pile. I've searched everywhere. So I can make one if I have to. It's not bad. But we'll need to get that done. We have our seat belt mount there. One in here, one here, and one back here now. So that's done. We've got all of our seat mounting plates in, so that's good. I had a little of that Herculiner bed liner I tried up here. I don't know if I like that either. Like I said, I may go to a roll-on bed liner. That may be a much better way to go. I want something with some nice texture, but also something that's fairly thick to provide some good protection for this floor. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. So normally all my stuff that I need parts off of, I kept here for the Challenger. So that seat clip should have been here. I searched in my scrap pile out back. I searched in my Challenger tote out there, which is a good reminder of a lot of things I forgot I had. I searched in my scrap tote upstairs, and I found more stuff up there that I forgot I had, so that's good. But I can't find that bracket, so I don't know. We're going to do a little head scratching on that one, and we may just make it. But in the meantime, it might show up. It could be stashed somewhere else. We've moved so many things here around in the shop because of bringing in the Bridgeport. Where is it? Yeah, the Bridgeport and the big Cincinnati lathe that it's possible things got kind of shuffled around and I've just lost track of it. So it's not the end of the world. There's other things I'd be much more concerned about if I couldn't find. But so we got everything done now that I wanted to do today, except for that seat mount. I think I'll stop looking for it. I'll start looking for something else, and that's usually what happens is when I'm looking for something else, I find the thing I was looking for before. Go figure. So yeah, let me ponder what's next. I had tried the seat out of the golden mullet in here, but I don't know if I tried a seat out of an A-body. I've got a rear seat out of an A-body over there. I'm just going to throw in real quick and see what that's like. I think it's going to be too skinny. I think the B-body seat was closer. The other thing I haven't seen is if any of my guys, buddies that have these 71 and up Chargers, if they have a back seat, because it should be the same, excuse me, basically the same back seat. This is the rear seat out of Sassy. It hits back in here, but it actually, I have another one that's in really rough shape. It would be interesting to bring down and do some hacking, because maybe it'll work better than that B-body seat that we had. I'm going to pull the bottom out, because that's where it's hitting. It's just hitting. There's a bracket down here it's hitting on, but more than anything, it's hitting back there and can't go back far enough. So if it went back, it might clear this bracket up here. I don't know. Let me get the seat back and see what that looks like. Yeah, the B-body seat definitely fit better, so that doesn't work at all. But it was worth a shot. It was a little fun. Maybe I'll be able to find a set of just springs is all I need. I can make the rest of it. So we'll see what I can come up with. But I'm not going to spend anything. There's ways to make seats if we have to, and you know, we'll do what we got to do. Of course, I need to get the panels in. Also, if I'm going to custom make a seat so I know how the panels fit, or how the seats fit around the panels. Yeah, I've got the seat over that way about 3 inches too far. But again, it was just for a quick will it fit. If I had to, I could take one of these frames and make it work. But I think the B-body one, the one out of the mullet, actually did fit a little bit better in here, and we could hack that up and make a seat. So who knows? But in the meantime, I don't need it. So I'm just having fun. You know, it's what it's all about. All right, so back to here. Next up, definitely this. I talked to Mark. He's going to come up maybe next week. Next week is the Thanksgiving week, so he's going to come up, and we're going to work on getting that done. Maybe I'll work on the front, on the shock cross member also. So that's what's next, and then making a decision on these two things before the end of the year, because that'll be one of the last things we do, obviously. All right, that's enough for now. I got to head to town. Becky wants to do a little shopping, and I'm going to see if I can pick up a couple things for the Challenger. I appreciate you being here. As always, it's about spending the day here in the shop with me, working on whatever we're doing, and we're just hammering out the little details that have to be done so that we can put the suspension back under this car and take it down off of the rotisserie. That's exciting. All right, that'll do it. We will catch you on the next one. Well, I'll be here. You should too. Rock!